turn my phone down. All right, we're going to call this, welcome everybody to the City of South Beloit. We're going to call this regular council meeting to order Monday, February 16th, 2026, and it's 5:02 p.m. We request you to turn your phones down or silence them, and we'll get a roll call, please.
Mr. Raymond, Mr. Hickerson.
Here.
Mr. Morris.
Here.
Mr. Prentice.
Here.
Here, stand, pledge allegiance, take your hat off. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing, please.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this evening, and we're grateful, Lord, for your wisdom, and we ask that you guide the council in all the decisions that need to be made tonight for the future of the city, and we're just grateful, Lord, for your peace and your prosperity here in this city, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, let's get this party started, huh? The approval agenda, get a motion, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public comment. You got something to say, stand up, just give us your name. You got 3 minutes. Anybody? If not, moving on. Okay, moving on, thank you. Approval of the minutes. Approval of the minutes for the regular council meeting held February 2nd, 2026. Get a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Board of Officers, Finance, claim, approval of claims to be paid January 31st to February 13th, 2026. Yep, I forgot, Ryan isn't here.
It's
So,
$339.
there we go.
$690.95.
Tracy, please.
Commissioner Edelman, Commissioner Henderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Morris. Commissioner Prentice.
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald.
Yes, attorney report.
No report this evening.
No report, okay, we're going right down to the city administrator report and staff quarter report.
Yeah, I just have one brief update that I wanted to provide tonight, Mayor, and then I'll hand it over to Shauna for the community development quarter report. There's been a couple of questions that have been asked about the staffing at the fire department and how that's progressing. I know that the town of Beloit is definitely feeling the strain and is having a hard time staffed as well. So I just wanted to let everyone know that chief interviews are scheduled to take place this week, Friday. So Roxanne and Commissioner Morris and myself will be sitting in on those just as bystanders. But we do anticipate that Metro will be hiring a chief to staff the city of South Beloit within the next week. So that's the latest update on that. Anything to add to that?
No, I think that's pretty well covered.
I know in terms of the 3 seats that we've asked them to fill under that, a total of 9 full-time employees, they do have a lot of applicants, a lot of interest, but we really want to wait until we have a chief in place to advance that process. So that's where Metro is at in the process right now.
So what will be, once we get a chief, what will be his next move?
The hope is that as soon as the chief is named, we could identify how much onboarding is required, depending on that person's qualifications, and then it should be a pretty quick process. The application has been open for about a month now through Metro, so the candidates are there, they're just waiting to be vetted.
Okay. Well, that's all.
If there's a way that we could take over by March 1st, I think that's what everyone would dream about, but
Well, I don't think March 1st, we won't make that.
we might.
I'm, just to be opposite, somebody, they'll say, well, you told us March 1st. Well, let's give us a little bumper room there.
Yeah,
But,
as a reminder, we have until October 1 as a drop dead date.
Yeah.
But everyone in our region is feeling the strain in terms of.
Oh, yeah, we're pushing it to get it done as quick as possible. We want to make sure it's done in a proper way and have the proper people in place. Thank you.
Sean?
So it's my quarterly report tonight from December to February. The new development, new construction, right now we have 5 single-family residential construction for Prairie Commons. To wrap up 2025, we had a total of 16 single-family between Manchester Trails and the Stanbury subdivision. And then we also had 10 fourplex buildings in Manchester Trails. forthcoming in the next few meetings, I'll have numbers for the last few years. For construction, for residential construction, we know that there's been an uptick throughout the last year for sure, but I don't have the numbers to say what the trend was. I know there's been an uptick, I just don't know what the actual numbers are yet, so I'll have those coming up. New businesses, we have a salon, Locks of Love, I believe is the name of the salon. I forgot what it is. It's Locks something. And then we've also had 2 food trucks recently, Bake Flight and Fry Babies, and then 3 gas stations. All 3 of the gas stations are existing in the city. They all 3 just changed ownership, so they're considered new business technically. And they were the Mobile on Blackhawk, the Sherland Avenue gas station, and the Manchester Manchester gas
Did
station.
they, sorry to interrupt you here, but did they ask, because the one on Sherland looks terrible, they're gonna clean that up?
They are going through a name change. When he originally went through the permitting process, when he purchased the LLC, I believe it was, he thought he was getting the rights to the name. The way he purchased it, he was not getting the rights to the name. So both Manchester Road and Sherland, he didn't receive the name to that, and he has not. He was working with a branding for the fuel, and so that'll determine what his operation name.
Will he have to redo his license then?
No, he'll just give us his name. That's
Oh,
all.
okay, all right, thank you.
Other projects, I'm regularly attending the monthly regional economic development partner meetings. I attended the Council of Governments meeting, the holiday tree lighting, the Northern Illinois Land Bank meetings, finalized my 2026 budget. This is a big deal because it was the first time I did it fully versus last year was my initially first time. Completed the MS4 compliance agreement, sat in the city clerk hiring process, attended the IDOT Highway 2 project. That's going to be Prairie Hill to the state line. Planning and zoning, we have had regular meetings being held with a lot moving and shaking there consistently. We are looking at publishing the new zoning map for March 2026, and that's for the annual compliance. Miscellaneous permits, we have, so normally the permits for construction and excavation and all of that stuff, those don't typically ramp up until end of March, like mid-March to the end of March, and then into April. We started seeing permits coming in back in the end of January, so we're expecting a busy season again this year. Those take approximately 10 to 20 hours a week in the slower season. Now, when we're hitting the excavations and things that we did last year with the fiber, that ate up a whole lot more time. There's a lot more review that goes into that. But as of right now, it's right around 10 to 20 hours a week. The annexations, we had a full annexation with part of the parcel from the county parcel of 603 South Bluff. This is in tandem with the lift station right outside South Bluff Trailer or Mobile Home Park. With a full annexation, you have to notify all of the governing bodies that go along with that parcel. So the library, the highway department, the fire district that governs that, the township board, and everything. So there's a lot that goes into annexations, but we did have a full annexation there. And for municipal code enforcement, we're approximately 40 hours a week, averaging about 7 to 10 cases that proceed to administrative hearing each month. And we're also following up on the management of the rental registry. The last thing that I wanted to mention is we are closing out our FDOs. They're the findings, decisions, and orders for open administrative hearing cases. These are cases that have already gone to, what?
I was asking if Brandon wanted to add.
Oh, these are cases that have already gone to administrative hearings in years past that have monies owed or that need further further advancement on the cases. I've not been able to add to any of that or to close those cases out when I was working code enforcement, because it takes a lot of extra time to go through that. Now that I have municipal code, I'm able to go back through, and we've closed out right around a dozen of those cases. Some of them have reached settlement agreements, and some of them have had to have further litigation of various different kinds. The cases that have gone to, or that have reached settlement agreements, every single one of those are in compliance in order to reach that settlement agreement. And Roxanne, you can probably add if I've forgotten anything, and that's all I have for that.
I got one thing before Brandon gets going here. Want to give us a report on, I don't know what you call that, the trailer park, the poop gate, or whatever you want to?
So, we did have an illicit discharge that we issued a cease and desist order to the mobile home park last week, I believe it was. We worked very closely with the EPA, with the mobile home park, and the Safe Harbors is the remediation. They're doing the remediation efforts for the environmental. They have given us tremendous timelines and their daily spill reports. The mobile home park has worked exceptionally close with us to make sure we know every step of the way. Also opened up all of their files and said, let us know if we need to do anything else. It's been a really, really good working relationship. We've all learned a lot with this.
Yeah, but
Mayor, I want to add to that, just in case anyone is unsure. The only reason that the city is allowed to get involved in this process, because it's all public property,
Right.
is there were issues where we felt it might be reaching our stormwater
Yes.
retention, and that's when the city needs to step in. But originally, there was some questions about should the city be doing more. We just kept sending residents to the health department because it's not our jurisdiction until it impacts our stormwater permit.
Exactly. I just want everybody to understand, South Beloit has nothing to do
Right,
with
it is
it. The
private
city says
property.
South Beloit.
It's
The
private
private
property, not public.
And
It
we've
is
had
private,
our-
so
we've
we
had-
have to, we have to, I know what you mean.
But we've also
We
had
have
our,
to make sure
Yeah.
that we don't unnecessarily get in trouble by going on private property. So that's why they were directed to the health department. And then once Jeff was monitoring it from the city standpoint very closely, but it's a fine line to make sure that he's not, violating any issues that go on private property.
but we have our lift station was just a short distance away, and we wanted to
Yep.
make sure that our lift station was not the problem.
Right.
And when the EPA inspected everything, and we're clear. They still have the
That's
problem,
correct.
but we're
That's
clear.
correct.
So, thank you. All right,
Brandon,
Brandon?
anything to add to the community development quarterly report?
Yeah, I will update or maybe expand on just a couple of things. So regarding the lift station project, at the end of March, we plan to submit for funding nomination forms by March 31st. So that's essentially the application to hopefully get funded through the IEPA loan program to fund the construction of the lift station project. The 2026 streets projects, Fairgraham is underway with design of those projects as we currently speak. We are targeting, hopefully, the second meeting in March to bring those bid packages and plans back to you guys for authorization to seek bids. That would then lead to likely, April would be contracts, pre-construction meeting, and then hopefully, if everything goes well, we're on track for construction to start as soon as the asphalt plants open up in late April, early May. Right now, this is a little bit day-to-day, but you guys have probably seen some of the collector roads or arterial roads in the city. So Bluff, Door, Willowbrook are in tremendous need of some pavement striping. So Garrett, I don't think Garrett is here right now, but Garrett is working on some cost estimates and will eventually be putting together bid documents to go out for bid for those projects as well. We are targeting a bid date in late March or early April to get the striping projects done. Shauna talked about the Illinois Route 2 reconstruction project for IDOT. The only thing I want to add there is just some timelines. So IDOT told us in the meeting that they are targeting Phase 2 engineering approval, so that's really your design engineering, to be completed in 2027. And then construction would then follow that, so we're anticipating sometime in either 2028 or maybe even 2029. So as they develop their, their plans and they're working on some revisions right now based on the city's comments, they will come back to us and let us know what their expected schedule is. But for now, probably another couple of years until we see any real movement out there. Let's see, the neighborhood park. So as you guys are aware, city was awarded or may not be aware, should be aware, that the OSLAD grant was awarded to the city. So as of right now, we're doing some coordination for the first phase of the project that the city is designing just out of their local funds. Eventually, we will be receiving some type of funding agreement from IDNR through the OSLAD program. At that time, it'll be time for the city to start engaging with engineers to get a contract in place to do the actual design engineering for that and get that project ready to be constructed. Let's see. I think that's it. I don't want to get too in the weeds. It's kind of a long report, so other than that, we'll keep you guys updated on projects as we move forward. So unless you have any other questions.
No, I don't on that, but I got one question. Are we planning on doing 8th Street this year?
We're waiting on pavement for.
Correct. So we are waiting on pavement cores, which pavement cores
But,
were complete.
I mean, are we planning on doing it?
We don't know until we know what we have.
Well, no, it's
So
bad.
something can be done this year. What we're determining now through the pavement cores is whether or not that road can just be patched in the very severe areas,
No.
or depending on what that pavement section looks like, it could potentially have to be a larger repair than that. So
I drove down 8th Street yesterday, and I mean, I got good shocks on my new truck, but it's terrible.
So,
I haven't been down there in a while.
If the pavement cores show us that the road base is adequate, my recommendation would be that the city just does a localized patching project, not part of the the overall streets package. But if the pavement cores come back and that road needs a little bit more, that's going to have to be something that we come back and discuss with you guys and figure out if you want to do any additional repairs to that roadway. So the hope is that we can maybe patch it and kind of keep the cost down until all of those roads in the area are ready.
Well, Eastern and 8th seem to be, in my view,
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, so we did pavement cores for the selected roads this year as part of this year's project, but we are also doing pavement cores for the next few years worth of roads projects so that we can start developing cost estimates, things like that, and get you guys all the information that you need to make a decision on next year's projects as we move forward.
I don't know, Brian, have you looked into that?
They need to get done.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we have quite a few roads, Mayor, and I'll just remind you that when we came forward with the 1% proposal, South 8th Street is in the mix of those roads, along with Goodhue and a handful of other, we'll call them up the hill road projects. We prioritized them with council feedback. At that time, it was determined that years 1 and 2 would be spent with Eastern. Then last year in 2025, the council asked us to work the South 8th Street either as a patch or reconstruction partial for a block at least, whatever that was, to work that into kind of bumping year 2 of Eastern while we evaluated if some sections of this Eastern Avenue corridor could be blacktop versus concrete. So that happened. But every time we change our mind about the list of priorities and we kind of move one around, it does delay the engineering and the cost estimates. So Eastern is definitely a hot topic. We're hoping that we can just break up maybe one lane of that first between on center and South 8, that little pocket at L. Maybe there's something we can do as a patch, but if not, I mean, we can juggle the way we do things. But every time we change our mind, we have a lot of roads that are terrible.
Yeah.
That's why we got ourselves in this situation. But
Well, I made it a point to drive around all
the
these.
design engineer Highway 2.
I know.
We got to try to stick to a.
Gardner Street's terrible, and Highway 2, but I made a point to drive around on all these roads just to see how bad they are. And I mean, when you come to the council and say, hey, these are the ones we took cores from and this and that, I mean, we don't know what they are unless you just actually drive on it. And when I drove on it, it was shocking how bad it was.
And one more food for thought just for the residents' sake. I know that you guys understand this, but we dug up Hayes Avenue because we were bent that had to get done right now. And now we've cut into it like 9 times in a brand new road. So you have to coordinate the utilities.
Yeah, but I drove down Hayes. Hayes don't look too bad right now. Hayes is not good.
How many cuts do we have on our brand new road, Steve? 8?
How many what?
We have 6
We got
patches, I
6
think, on
cuts
page
on
right now.
And
So-
They're out there right now working on it. Water main breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying, but that's not our fault. I mean, that's when they dig it up because,
Well, we want to make sure all the water utilities are repaired.
Yeah.
Before we hurry up and just get one done because the road's real bad, and then here they come within a year and.
I know it. They're supposed to take out permits for that too.
Yeah, and they've been pretty good about that. They've been pretty good job. You asked about 8.
Well, I know it. Well, I wanted to know. Okay, moving on. Anything else? Huh? Nothing? Okay, all right, we're moving on. New business, discuss and motion items. Discuss approve request for a waiver of penalty fees for 616 Fairview from Robert Mueller. That must be Robert Mueller there. Yeah, you should talk right away, but I'll allow it. What, you can stand up and say
First, we need
something.
a motion.
Oh,
and
we get a
second.
motion, wait a minute, get a motion.
So moved. Second.
All right, go ahead. No. We got your history. We got everything here. We got your history. I don't want to, I mean,
I'm requesting that the fees could be lower originally I bought the house on Land Country, and I think there was a mix-up in the billing, getting the billing. I spoke with Laura, the lawyer, and she was gonna get me to print out. Tracy just gave it to me today. I haven't had time, I'm sure if there's something I think's wrong, I can go in and ask her. She thinks that I did get bills the whole time. My first bill was $2,400 or $2,900 with interest. And I came in and asked about it, and the lady who worked the front desk at that time said I could pay like $600 down and have payments. And I meant to come back after that when my mom passed away, and then I had some health issues. So I didn't make it back till just recently. So I understand the offer of 50% off fees. If I used the house and used the services, I would have been yes for it. I signed right away. So I'm requesting more for the reasons, I didn't even know I could use garbage for the first two to 3 years. Not saying that's the city's fault, but then, of course, so my mother getting sick the second half, the last couple of years, doesn't have as much standing. I understand that, me being sick or whatever. I do have the water turned on and using services now. In May, I had a bill of $4,314 with a late penalty of $72.63. That was May of 25. Then you jump up to December, and it's $6,081. I have the bills. I could show
oh,
you.
we got it.
All right. Then you jump up to December, which is 6 months later, is up to $6,081, but the penalties jump from $72.63 to $551.35 cents for 1 month. Then you go to January, it's up to $6,700. The penalties alone are $608.12 for 1 month. Then you jump up to this month, it's $671.02 for 1 month. It's kind of steep. I'm asking if the board could please lower this.
Well, you know, I've been reading the history here, and they sent bills to you, but they were never returned. You didn't get it. They said you didn't get it. Now, but that seems to be a problem there, because if we send a bill out and nobody, you know, there's nobody there, they return the bill to us. But we had never had a bill returned. We had, this goes back to 2019, you know, and so we have had ample opportunity to, I know you're going to rehab the house to begin with, and then this and that, another thing happened. But what we have done in the past, I'm not gonna name the people, but we've had a few people here. And what we do is we set them up on a payment plan, but we usually get them 50% off right off the top. That'd be it. And then that would be treating you the same as we treat them. We can't give you 75% off and give them 50% off. See what I mean? So we gotta set a standard someplace here, but these guys can change it too. I mean, I believe that we should give the 50% off and have you work on a payment plan with our clerks. And, just a minute, I want to hear it from everybody else. What do you think?
We should be consistent with what we do.
Can I
Courtney?
say one more?
Yeah.
If 50% is what we've done in the past, then I would be okay with 50%.
I mean, I like to do more, but it's
Can I
kind of,
say that why you've given 50% off to people that have actually lived in the property and used the services. Now, I didn't live there and use the services. And I'd like to explain the mail thing.
yeah, no.
When I first bought the
Well,
property.
we're not gonna chase you down and everything like that.
No, I'm just saying that I didn't know if the old owner was still getting mail from them.
Yeah, I know, and it really has nothing to do with
I'm
us.
just asking if you could please lower it more than 50%.
Well, we can't go more than 50% unless everybody agrees to it, and right now I got 3 here. But I'm sorry about that, but that's, like I say, we gotta treat everybody in this city equally. We can't change our law or rules or our leniency just because, it's a different situation. If they're all similar, we just
You
give,
haven't waived any lower for unoccupied properties?
well, no,
Never?
not that we know, not that I know of, and I've been sitting here for quite a while.
Right.
But I'm sorry, but I will have you, when you get a hold of our clerk and they'll set up a payment plan for you.
This is from the lawyer. Can you understand this, Matt? Can I turn it in?
That's something that you'd need to go over with the billing department. So if you want to make an appointment to come in and go over,
Yes,
the utility
yes,
bill,
yes.
you can certainly do that, sir.
All right,
And do I need to leave a check today or?
No, we'll get, when you come in, I would say come in within the next couple of days.
all right. I'm sorry about it, but that's being as fair as we can be.
I thank you, and it was very nice that you did the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer.
Okay, I hope you feel better too. I'm sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. All right, need a roll call, okay, Tracy, for waiving the 50%.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yeah.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes. Okay, discuss approve ordinance 2901, approving the annexation of South Bluff. That's where our proposed lift station's gonna go. So, get a motion, please?
So moved.
Sign.
That's the land that we bought from Arlene Rounds. All right, Tracy, any discussion? Okay, Tracy.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes, discuss approve ordinance 2902, amending the Article 8 raffles regarding raffles. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
I have no idea what this is about. I read this.
When I read this weekend too, I was quite.
I read it and I go, wait a minute, this should be easy, but it's pretty
So,
confusing.
yeah, what kind of problem do we have going on?
Not a problem, we're just catching up with the current code for the counties. They issue the raffles, the raffle permits. We don't have a permit for raffle, but this would have a permit through the city, no fee, but due to the large amount of raffles that are now coming out, like in today's Queen of Hearts or whatever it was, I think that was part of it too, because they get so high, and there are locations where they're doing those types of raffles. Just
Yeah, but we don't get any taxes out of it. So why are we doing this?
Yeah, currently, I think our ordinance claims that we mirror what the county requires, but it's out of date now, and what the county requires is no longer within our ordinance. Roxanne?
And if I could also chime in, just to clarify, and I don't know if maybe this was a disconnect between staff and Laura when Laura drafted this, but essentially, we would also now, if this ordinance passes as it was drafted, we would be collecting a permit fee, and that permit fee would be outlined in the section 62-247.
I don't think that it was supposed to have a fee attached to it.
Well, it doesn't have a fee if it's less than $100.
Right.
If it's less than 100, but if they
But
start.
like, for example, Class D 12-month raffle license, the fee for a Class D 12-month raffle license would be $200. It used to say payable to the county clerk. Now it would say payable to the city clerk. I had a conversation with Laura about this, and Laura's understanding was that the city now wished to, the staff's recommendation, I should say, would be that the city issued its own permits. And so I think that she thought the direction was that she was supposed to take the information that was currently in the code, update it to county standards, which she did, update it to state statute standards, which she did, but then also everywhere where it said county clerk, it would now say city clerk, which is where now the fee would be payable to the city of South Beloit.
And so they will not need any license from the county.
Correct.
Got it. And
Yes.
the fees
Yeah.
are, the fees mirror what they were paying at the county.
Correct. There's no change in the fees in terms of what they would have otherwise paid. It's just that they would be obtaining the license now from the city as opposed to the county.
How do we police this? Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, if a raffle,
Is the revenue worth the extra work done?
Well, I think they have to have something. Right now, we just send them to the county.
Statutorily, they're required to have a permit,
Yeah,
a
we were
local
just trying to make
permit.
it easier originally, and
Yeah.
I failed somewhere in the handoff too. I'm not all the way up to speed. I couldn't remember all the details, but I know that it came about because we were trying to make it easier. The bar next door had some questions, and she's like, "Hey, we're new to the ownership. This piece I come here, that piece I go to the county," and that's kind of how this whole conversation came up. Was does it make more sense to just let them do as many things as possible here and not also send them to the county for this? So it was one of the talks.
So they've been supposed to go to the county all this time?
Yeah, any kind of. And that's the thing, who's policing that?
is raffle legal?
Yes. Yes, you can get a raffle license in the state of Illinois if you meet certain requirements. You have to be a religious organization or a veterans organization or a nonprofit organization. But if you meet one of those requirements, you are able to get a permit.
Yeah, the businessmen do it. And they go through the
Yeah,
county.
we did too. When we
So now you will be going through the city and not the county. Is that what we're
If
doing?
the ordinance passes as
Well, yeah,
it's
I'm just saying, if we
proposed.
pass this, then
And
we're,
then they wouldn't have to go to the county at all.
yeah,
Yeah, and our suspicion is that, there are lots of not-for-profits that are getting this permit correctly,
Yeah.
just like this. But there are others that are just kind of doing it because other people in the community do them, and where there's this disconnect between sending people to the county and then, we're just trying to make it as streamlined, as easy as possible to get it in one place, not get your business permit here, but then send it to the county for a raffle permit, should you choose to eventually have raffles. You just kind of have it under.
I just never would have imagined you needed a.
And now there are a ton of these.
Again, I've never done a raffle like that, so I have no idea, but I was like, oh.
I know one thing, I got a bunch of old raffle tickets that they never paid on. Okay,
And
we
since
okay?
there was so much confusion on this, if it's something that you guys want to chew on, talk about, we can certainly lay it over.
Is it something that only if the raffle has like a cash prize, or any I'm still just baffled by this.
But if all we're doing is taking money from the county and giving it to South Beloit, is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Essentially, that's it?
and potentially making it less, but allowing them to do everything at the same place they get their business license.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Tracy, am I missing anything major?
Now, if nothing's changed between Winnebago, we're not sending it to Winnebago, we're keeping it. Okay,
I I'm still wrapping my brain around this. If it really doesn't need to be decided today, I would like to make a motion that we push
It doesn't.
All right. All in favor of laying this over? Aye. All right, we'll lay it over. All right,
Did somebody second the motion?
Yeah.
You made the motion. Oh, you did?
yeah.
Okay. And are we laying this over to a certain date or the next meeting?
Well, we'll get Ryan involved, so
it. I
we
would say
can.
next meeting is fine.
Okay.
All right. Okay, wasted 5 minutes. Discuss and approve ordinance 2903 declaring certain property surplus and authorizing the city to sell certain surplus city property. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, who's got this? Steve?
No, this, I can cover that if you'd like.
Okay,
So,
sure.
this is a property that
Oh, that's
we,
right.
have obtained through a judicial foreclosure. The property is required to be vacated in March. At this point, we are in a position where the city could declare, the city owns the property. The city can declare the property as surplus. We would hold off on publishing the notice for sale or bids until the eviction process, if there needs to be an eviction process, is complete in March, if the occupants, the current occupants don't vacate. But at this time, the ordinance is before you to declare the property as surplus and to approve the notice of sale by way of bids for the property. In the ordinance, we do have to determine what a minimum bid would be. We did pull fair market value for this property off of the Winnebago County taxpayer records, and it's $131,980 according to the fair market value from the last tax bill.
So
I
what?
can add that we are out currently a total of $13,860.15 between legal costs and staff costs.
On top of the 131?
No, the 131 is the fair market value of the
Assessment.
property.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
I mean, when we,
So let's back up for a second. So when we send something like this out, is it, because this is, in all the properties we've sold since I've been involved, they've all been, shall we say, not nearly as desirable small little houses. This one is a bigger house, much higher assessed value.
And there are a number of interested parties.
I was just going to say, this one's going to
Yeah.
have a lot. So
Yeah.
do we do anything where, hey, it's going to be open on this afternoon to the public? I mean, because this one is going to generate a lot of interest.
We have not previously done walkthroughs because we sell it as is, where is. So again, we've just advertised it for, bids, publishing what our minimum bid requirement is. Many times.
So we did for South Park, 723 South Park, I think, the old Jacks. We did have, but in that situation, there was only one or two interested buyers. We did have Steve meet them over there and allow them to do kind of a walkthrough. So I'm not opposed to that as long as we could publish like one or two openings and not let it be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be, hey, you're either walking through on this day from whatever, 1 to whatever, 5, or, but yes, I mean, this one is going to generate a lot of interest.
We could coordinate
Yeah.
one or two where our staff could.
that's a pretty big property, that's a half
That's what I'm
acre.
saying, and it's a big property, and I think there's a good chance that it's been modified on the inside.
I don't,
We know exactly what would need to be done in order to have it, be brought up to code, and it is significant. And the individuals that have reached out so far are aware of the code enforcement violations.
But when's it been, last time, what's the assessed value on it? When has it been assessed?
Well, she just said the current assessed value is 131.
Current, yeah, but that's,
They have to do a quadrennial assessment every 4 years.
that's what I'm saying, they gotta do that before we can sell it, okay.
But I mean,
So for purposes of the ordinance, we will need to know what the city's minimum required bid is, because that has to be included in the publication notice.
And what did you say about the 13,000?
I wanted to add to the fair market value in that we are out about $13,000 to $14,000 in just attorney and staff costs right now.
So if we include that in the one, assessed value is 131. Is that included in that?
No. The
No,
assessed
that's-
value is completely separate.
Well, that's what I'm
Completely
saying, but we gotta get our 13,000 back.
separate. We're gonna get our 13,000.
Well, I know, but
I guess my question is,
we
I
got
don't
that
know
many people.
I don't know anything about this list of what needs to be brought up to code.
Significant.
Do you have a recommendation on a number then? Because like I said, I don't know.
Shauna, do you have a number that you would recommend?
No.
I mean,
I mean, here's what I would suggest, to at least start with the fair market value and see if we get any bids.
I was going to suggest 100. I think starting at the fair market value, knowing that there's issues, is probably a little high.
Okay.
Would have been my recommendation. But again, I haven't seen the list, so I don't know.
We
But
could also get an appraisal done if you'd like.
Okay.
don't waste your time.
He knows more about it than most of us anyway, so if you want to list that at 100,000, that sounds good to me. Would anybody else got any?
It's just a
All right,
minimum
oh,
bid.
that's fine.
It's
Just
just
a
a minimum
minimum bid.
All right,
So we
minimum,
just need a motion to amend the ordinance to add $100,000 in subparagraph B. Is there a second?
Yes. Second.
okay, we're gonna vote on this and we're gonna amend this to
Well, first we're going to vote on the amendment.
amendment.
First
Yeah, I
we'll
gotta
vote on the
vote on
amendment. Yep.
that. Yeah, they have to go through Tracy on it. Go ahead, Tracy.
Commissioner Edelman? Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes, okay, we're going to get a motion to pass ordinance 2903 with the changes of a minimum bid of 100,000. Get a motion, please.
Second.
Anybody, anything else? Okay, Tracy.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yeah, that'd be a yes. Okay, where we at here? Discuss, approve resolution 6676, approving purchase of a GR 2120-2-54 series riding lawnmower with snow blower attachment from Johnson Tractor at a cost not to exceed $15,077.44 for the Public Works Department. Motion, please.
Second.
Steve, you want to?
Yep, this is, I went through Sourcewell to get this bid, we went through Johnson Tractor. It's gonna be a, riding tractor with a mower deck on it, and then I'm adding a snow blower attachment for all the sidewalks that we have to do, around the area for the property he owns. I was able to get a second quote through, John Deere, also through Sourcewell bid, which is the state bid process. And like I say, the John Deere one was $18,574, so a little bit higher.
We like Kubota anyway.
Yeah, they've been treating us really good. So.
Okay. Anybody
This
else?
was an item approved in the capital.
Yeah, this was in the.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Tracy, please.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes. F, discuss approve resolution 6677, approving the purchase of a rotary bloom attachment for the L 2180-1/F5212 H-Q-8 from Johnson Tractor, not to exceed $8,775 for the Public Works Department. Get a motion?
Second.
Steve.
This is, we bought a F-2690 front mower about 2 years ago, and I bought it with the intentions of you can add some implements to the front of it, and this broom is one that, it's something that this mower is going to be able to handle, and we want to get it for the bike path, for all the goose poop down there, and the leaves and on the hill area and everything. So with this one, I went just through Johnson Tractor just because it's 4 more that we bought
Yeah.
through Johnson Tractor, and they know all the ins and outs for it, and they're gonna have to put a valve on the tractor, because it's gonna have a angling head on it, so we can turn it. Right now, we only have one up and down.
Oh, okay.
But that price includes everything.
Everything, oh, good.
This was another item that we did ask for as part of the approved capital plan.
Yeah, okay. Anybody else? Tracy, please.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Morse?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes, discuss approved resolution 6678, authorizing the mayor, city administrator, chief of police to execute a grant agreement with the state of Illinois law enforcement training regarding grant fund for the purchase or lease of cameras for law enforcement use. Motion.
Second.
Chief?
This is a grant that lets me to offset the cost of our body-worn cameras, the in-car cameras, and the cost of the storage, and we were awarded just over $31,000.
Oh, wow. Good. That's very good. Anybody else? Tracy, please.
Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Commissioner Morse?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Mayor Fitzgerald?
That'd be a yes. Approved, discuss approved resolution 6679, reappointing member to the SMTV board, and that would be Pam Clifton, I believe. Get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Pam Clifton, reappoint her.
You've been on there.
Been on there, does a good job, really good job. I don't think we have any problem. Tracy, please.
Commissioner Morse?
Yes.
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Commissioner Heatherington?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Oh. Discuss approve hiring Megan Riff? Ruff? Okay, well, I've known you for a long time, still to get your name right. Well, that's normal around here, though, that's okay. At a rate of $31.25 an hour as deputy clerk, chief, effective March 16, 2026. Get a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
And, go ahead.
Sure, I'll just mention there that state statute says that we cannot have two city clerks at one time. So our plan is to try to bring Megan in so that she is allowed to have 2 weeks with Tracy. And then Tracy's last day before her retirement is the 27th on that Friday. So then the following Monday, there would be another, if it's not included in this, we would clarify that Megan would shift into the city clerk role as of the first day that Tracy is not.
Okay, and I might add, the reason that Megan was hired is because she was the most qualified for the job. Simple as that.
We are looking forward to the wealth of information that Megan brings, and I think that, especially in Shauna's role, Tracy really had to start behind the 8 ball when she became our city clerk, and Megan has kind of been in the droves for the last 15 years, and especially since she's been the office manager at Sosnowski Zito the last several years. So we are looking forward to what she brings to the table, and certainly looking forward to her qualifications being added to the mix. She's going to have a much better go of things than Tracy did when she started.
Oh, we're gonna miss her terribly.
I know.
Just stay in contact with.
It's okay.
Well, Megan's been there as long as I've been here.
10
shouldn't
years. Yeah.
Oh,
No one in the way stole the last fight of it.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Tracy?
Commissioner Prentice?
Yes.
Commissioner Edelman? Commissioner Heatherington? Yes. Commissioner Morse?
Yes.
Mayor Fitzgerald?
Yes. You're now employed, Megan. Well, we're gonna retire to executive session, but I think it's gonna be right here or up there or
It
what?
can be right here, and it can be very brief.
Okay, very brief session, so, nothing will happen when we come back, so. I'd like to thank you all for
We
attending.
need a motion and a second.
Need a motion
So
to,
moved.
Second.
all in favor? All right, we're going at 5:48.